Ready, Set, RC back again today. Haven't had this on the bench in quite some time, but with the new release of the Gen 2 version of the Baja Rey, I don't know if you want to call it Gen 2, Gen 3, because they have, this is the original, then they have the bind-in drive, which has a different body scheme, and then you have now the new one, which has the licensed livery on there. So we have the Gen 1 in front of us. This has the locked rear diff. I've done some modifications to this one. I've swapped out the rear links. I've swapped out the servo that's on here, and I've also swapped out the pinion to allow me to drive this on 3S. Those videos are up on the channel. If you'd like to know more information on them, please go back and view those videos. But with this one, we have it on the bench today, and we're looking to do a little bit something different on this truck. And these are some of the things we're looking to do on here. And I'll list all part numbers in the description below. But this is the light bar for the front of the truck. The rear light bar, this is the bumper. This is the Ford Raptor body set to allow you to make those changes to the roof and to the hood. And lastly, this is the new body we're gonna be putting on this truck. A little hard to show it, but yeah, this is it. We went with the black Rhino, guys. And I said lastly for the body, but this is probably the most important part to make it into a Gen 2. This is the gearing to allow me to make this an open rear diff. And that's everything for this right now. So next up, we're gonna take this truck, we're gonna do the transformation, change out all the parts that we need, come back, and I'll show you how everything went together. And just going through some of the pictures that you see here now is that this is the before and after of the front bumper with also the addition to allow you to fit the front portion of the shell. What you see up here is also the cage adjustment for the top of the centerpiece. This allows you to put the new centerpiece, and mount it properly on here as well. And on the rear over here, these are the two additions to the cage to allow you to mount the rear panels on the back of this truck. The one thing that I noticed on here, once I opened up the rear diff, it was remarkably clean for the amount of drives that I've done on this truck. Very little to any dust is in here, and I hope that's being captured on the pictures here now, guys. And we're back. And as you guys can see at this point, we have the entire body mounted up. We also went ahead and we did the swap out from the lock differential over to what you see here today. This is the lock differential, and what we did was we installed the gears to now make this an open rear diff. Another option that I did on this truck was that we went ahead and we Gorilla taped the entire front, also with the rear panels. I didn't think the center panel needed it. As I said, I've owned this truck now for quite some time, and the least amount of damage on this truck for the most part is that center panel. So I didn't do any reinforcement of the center panel on this truck. And one last feature we did to this truck in regards to the lighting system, we did this. Remote lighting, guys. This is something that you will not find on the Baja Rey Gen 2. Set up the remote lighting just to get a little bit more out of the truck. You know, I don't always want to have the feature of the lights always on. So I set up the remote feature to just give me the option to turn the lights on or off as I see fit. And this is kind of what everyone who owned the Gen 1 of the Losi Baja Rey was looking for, was a more scaled look. The only few things that make this different from the Gen 2 at this point are the actual wheels, the blue springs, and the blue shock caps. Outside of that, nothing on this truck is different from the Gen 2 at this point. Everything else is fairly the same between the two trucks. And I can't wait to get this thing out and see how this performs now with the open rear diff. But that's it, guys. We're gonna leave it here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for our latest posts to the channel. This is Ready, Set, RC, signing out. Thanks again, guys.